Alrighty. Day 2. I took a digger yesterday and my right knee is kind of tender. Got Gypsy. She's up here in her bed. There's a driver's seat. I am back here. I wish I would have brought a tent. Wish I'd have brought my wall tent, wood stove. The only problem is I don't know what the hell I would have burned. This kind of isn't going the way that I planned. A storm followed me in. And first night I had snow. I'll put some pictures. Not a lot of snow. Pickup was covered. So I was kind of glad that I went ahead and slept in the cab of the pickup. I do know one thing. If I can find one, I'm gonna get one of those little doghouse campers and put on the back. I have a carpet in the back for the dogs, that way their feet don't. Let's see if I can see. Yeah. There's Gypsy's breakfast. I do know one thing. I overloaded that pack yesterday. By the time I kinda made it back down from up there at the mine, I was in that flat above these Joshua trees in between the cedars, and this is kind of strange because you have these Joshua trees and they go up, I don't know, maybe a mile, and then you have maybe a little over a mile, and then you have a dead zone, which is pretty much just brush. And I mean, there's a few trees, but it isn't this is a whole different world than what I'm used to. But in that dead zone, that middle ground before you get to the trees, you have, it's like little rolling, it's not flat. And I'll tell you what, cameras do not do this justice. That is one hell of a climb. I thought I was in pretty decent shape for this. But, and that's, I don't think it's that I'm in bad shape. I just think the first night with that, I slept for maybe 2.5 hours. But I had the back seat full. And when I left, I was kind of in between storms, but I thought once I got out here, I thought everything was going to drop out of Idaho into maybe northern Nevada and over into Utah. And apparently it didn't, because it's hard to explain. Hey, there's that agape pit that I walked over to. That's the first one. Right there. It's probably going to look like hell. But, what the hell was I saying? Oh, I thought these storms were going to stay, but this temperature, when the wind shuts down, it's perfect. And so you start taking off coats, you start getting into the comfort zone. Then the wind kicks up. You're freezing your ass off. It's a little bit more than what I thought. But it sure is beautiful. Holy cow. And for anybody that's walked out here, came out here, and kinda, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I get exactly where you're coming from. Because you can sit and look on maps, but until you get here and you experience it for yourself, yeah, it kind of makes me feel like an asshole for all the shit that I gave people, because I was looking at maps and kind of thinking, what's the big deal? Go out and you walk. This is... it's deceptive. And nothing is flat. There ain't a damn thing flat out here. It's kind of wild. Anyhow, that's my good morning. I'm kind of debating on whether or not to I know one thing, food just sounds awesome. Everything I brought MREs, and then I brought mountain houses. And the mountain houses, I have to boil water. But I don't think they would appreciate me chopping up this corral for firewood so I could boil some water for a cup of coffee and some breakfast. So I got to figure out what the hell the fuel source is out here. It might just be a bunch of these little twigs. I thought about bringing firewood back with me yesterday. That way I could make breakfast, but I don't know. I'll figure something out. So, alright. That's my view for the morning. Later. I was headed in to... I gotta top off with fuel, and I'm gonna try something here. Right over there is Vegas. I believe that's U Canyon. This is the Badlands I wanted to check out. After seeing it firsthand, could a person doing it alone? I would rather have somebody out here with me for some of this. But right here, there's our island. I believe that's our island. I'm gonna eat and get something, get some gas, and then probably tomorrow I'm gonna see if Alamo Road, I know right up there is where cow camp is, and I think that's where I'm gonna come back to. Jip, get out of that. Got the dog trying to find a goddamn prairie dog. But anyhow, yeah, my knee is, I'm taking it easy today. I don't know what the hell I did, but this, like this gravel hiking, this is what I'm used to. You have a base, you have a footing, but see if I can, you'll just be walking along, and where the rocks thin out, you'll drop down to your ankle. And that's how I fell yesterday. I had my toe hang on a rock, and it just wiped me out. It's been a long time since I took a digger, but I think the knee's all right. It's black and blue. And then my left elbow, I put my arm out, and I know better than to put my arm fully extended, so I landed on my right knee, left elbow, and I'm getting too old for that falling shit. Huh, Jippy? Yeah. Tell you what, I'm glad I had her. I fell, and the first thing she did was come straight to me. She must like me a little bit. So anyhow, what I want to do is, holy shit, people shoot out here. There was a big sign that said no shooting. What I want to do is I want to go up, find that rock, and then to drop down into the M cave, or what everybody thinks is the M cave, all of that. I'm going to come in from cow camp. I do not know how that, come on, I don't know how, alright, now I don't have the wind and all that shit, and it almost blows your thoughts straight out. Anyhow, I'm gonna go into cow camp. I want to go over the hill where Chig found that stone house. I don't know if I'm gonna go that way or if I can go through a saddle. There's no point in checking it. Scott and Ed all found it here, oh, not too long ago. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit different. I think that is, I think that's Charleston, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure it is. But you can see the snow up there. I must have brought this storm with me. The wind today is unreal. I think Area 51 is right back over there. Gypsy, do you want to storm 51? I don't. She's on her own if she wants to go that route. What I really want is, I want this weather to break and it to either be cool enough to wear a jacket so you're comfortable, or I would like it to be warm enough to wear a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and be in business. But anyhow, I'm going to get something to eat, and then I'm going to explore this out a little bit, and we'll just kind of see what happens today. I really think today is going to be one of those days where it just is kind of take it easy, but we'll figure out something to do. You can hear that wind. It's a bitch. Alright, later. Okay. Right there is Gas Peak. And that is the peak that Kenny said that he had camped on, hiked up it. Then you have that flat. Then you have the Badlands. Now, if I do this right up there is where, let's see if I can show this. I'm trying to freehand and figure this out. Okay, right up there is where I was camped. And it kind of seems like the lower I get, the less wind there is. I think a lot of this wind is funneled down Joe May. I'm gonna see. I might be wrong, but right in there is where I plan on going up. Picture Canyon is, I believe, now this, I could be wrong, I think that's Cow Camp. That might be Picture Canyon with that big bald kind of dome. Anyhow, I'm just kind of working my way down. I guarantee you one thing, you definitely want to do this in tag team buddy system. Alright, there's some lady coming. Gotta run. Alright, so we just had some lunch, and this is what it looks like coming in. I think that dirt road right over there, I think that's the one that takes you over here to, I believe, Gas Peak. Sorry about that. And then right here is the sheep range. And it's a little bit more than it looks like on maps, that's for damn sure. I think we're gonna stop at the visitor center and see. There was some information signs. I'm gonna stop and look at them. And this guy's trying to take pictures. But yeah, I see Joe May Road. I thought about parking a little bit lower and then just going for it, but yeah, that ain't happening. I understand why Jeff went up as far as he did and then hiked back in looking for that rock. But I think what we're gonna do is get set up, do the rock tomorrow. Then when we get back from the rock, we're gonna move over to Cow Camp and give it hell. Once we get over to Cow Camp, that's basically where I'm going to have my base, at least for now. So anyway, it's a hell of a lot more than it looks like. Looking at a map, maps do not give this place justice. Not one bit. Alright, later. Holy cow. Water. Anyhow, I don't know. I was taking pictures and all kinds of shit. And it says Bighorn that way, Whispering Bend that way, Jackrabbit that way, Corn Creek Spring. I got to do something with Gypsy. Alright, sorry about that. Let's try that. So hopefully that will be enough where you guys can read it if you want to. When we was coming out, it was looked like there was some markers like we have at home now that show the peaks, the range, all of that. Today's just kind of one of those days where kind of trying to take it easy a little bit. I do not want to blow a knee out and then be, come on, trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with that. So anyway, it is, this is easy hiking, so it might be kind of good to not let that knee swell up any more than it already is. This is kind of cool. All right. Hopefully I got the angle right, and if people want to read this, they can. And if you don't, well, be patient for somebody that might want to. I'd like to know what the hell those red trees are. If that's ironwood, you can make some beautiful knife handles with it. Just my thought. Alright, so this is what I was thinking of. Hey, that almost looks like the roof we had where Powwow used to be. Bridges between the past and present. At the end of Forest Trail, you can find Winegrass Spring and an old cabin built in the early 1900s. This rough pine shelter has housed bootleggers to prospectors to ranchers and today hikers. Formerly, it was used by game wardens patrolling the desert game range. Now, Desert National Wildlife Refuge. Right there's the cabin. I believe Scott Nettle went up to that cabin. Okay. I think that is Gas Peak. Section is, but the road is back there, and then you have the foot of the Sheep Mountains. I'll tell you one thing, if a person thinks you're going to go up and just be be able to follow that draw. I don't see it happening. Let's see. Right up in there, where those clouds are on that lower end, that's Joe May Canyon. That's where we camped out the first 2 nights. I think today what I'm gonna do is go to the lower parking lot, the one that shoots straight across into that little island. And once I'm right there, go ahead and set up shop and hike over, go up into that rock, and then come back down tomorrow afternoon, evening, and go back around to cow camp. And then from cow camp, I think that's where I want to base out of. I'll know more when I see it and think, holy shit, maybe Joe May isn't quite so bad. Stories in stone. The spot you stand was completely underwater millions of years ago, when an ancient sea covered this entire region. Scientists know this because they have found fossils of marine species throughout the refuge. Alright. That map comes in. And that is what I would like to see. One sheep. I hope that thing's been sandblasted. That damn sure isn't very accurate. Alright, let's carry on. Come on, Jippy. Up. Alright. This is pretty cool. I can't believe how many people are down on the flat camping out. I thought I was invaded by California when that state went to shit. All I've seen out here is California. Hey. Petrified turtle shit. Rope traps. Coyote turd in the trap. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to shut this off for a little bit. I want to get some pictures of this because I've taken hell of more pictures than I have video. More so to try and give a proper feel to this place. Alright. Whispering Bend. I ain't sure where the hell that is. I know one thing, I'm ready for a break from the wind. Alright, someone's coming later. Bighorn on the Refuge. hopefully I can get that. You guys can have a read if you want. But I think we're just about done. Gypsy's not welcome inside. But anyhow, that is kind of the refuge. Once I get in there, if they don't care, kind of like when I was on the National Monument, maybe get a little video of what it's like inside. I know a lot of people ain't gonna care, but to me, this is kind of the soul of where things start. And I haven't seen anybody else do it. So instead of doing the exact same thing everybody else does, try to keep it a little bit interesting for people that don't know fully what it all is. So anyhow, there's a little shed down there. I think most people, myself included, would just blow right through here and everything is what it is. So anyhow, we're going to come back over here. I'm going to put Jippy in the pickup and go inside, providing they let me inside. I don't have a mask, so shit, there's no mask where we are. Well, in Colorado, that shit's all a thing of the past, so anyhow, we will carry on. Come on, Jip. Alright, later. Alright, so I think I'm gonna camp. There's a little pull-up up there where my pickup's at. We just came down this, but I'm kind of looking for a halfway decent spot to head over to the rock. Other than walking around the refuge, or not the refuge, but the visitor center. I think that's what it was called. This is kind of all I've done, and kind of trying to Chip, leave those cactus alone. You get one of those in your nose, it'll be hell. This is what this hiking is like. It is not flat. It is, like I said, on that community post, this is like a whole nother planet. It's the only way I know how to describe it. So we're trying to figure this out. Jip's feet are holding up, doing great. She found out what a cholla cactus is. This is a cholla, and if you want something to compare it to, oh shit. I don't know what you compare it to. Maybe one of those pin cushions your grandma had for when she was sewing and making stuff. That would be the closest thing that I can think of if you push the needles in backwards. But about the only thing that is kind of good about this this storm front is the fact that I don't think I got to worry about snakes. I think they done packed a lunch and hauled ass. Dropped down into Arizona. Maybe a little bit warmer climate. Yeah, this. See, you go from this, which is, this is cakewalk. And then you hit this shit. And it's like, where did this shit come from? I've never seen nothing like this. Sorry about the wind. Just kind of is what it is. Alright. Right up there, where the road is, that's where the corral is. I can see the corral. I do want to run up there and get a picture of it just for, basically for my own nostalgia. Holy shit. Yeah, I figured for this little short hike, probably don't need backpack or anything like that, but there's petrified buffalo shit from when they was packing a lunch and getting the hell out of Dodge. I don't know if that is or not. Just sounded good. Alright. It sounded like it would sound good. Something. Yeah, I can kind of feel the knee on the downhills. Really, all I wanted to do was, yep, there's the little island that I think Jeff went up this draw, and that is so cool. I would love to see these when they flower. I am seeing it when it flowers, but when they bloom out. Alright, so that's basically what I wanted to know. Right there is the final canyon Jeff went up. Jeff, I might not be in your tracks, but pretty cool to see something somebody else has been to, where I watched the video over and over, downloaded the video, and kind of used it for homework. See, when I took off, this looked straight. Just easy going, pretty much flat hike. Pickup's gone. But gives me about a pretty good idea of what it'll do to get there. This is not near as far as going up to the mine. I think if I end up doing the mine again, I think I will stick to the wash. That right side, there's a wash on both sides, but until I got up to the trees, like the lower canyons like these, I really didn't mess around in. Then once I got into where the junipers were, for some reason having some cover just kind of seemed like it would make sense. I don't know, maybe it's just human vanity. Who knows? But anyhow, the plan is tomorrow, get up in the morning. I got some wood, so I can boil some water, have a cup of coffee, have some breakfast, shoot out over here, and go back up. Right up there. One hell of a flat top, huh? We'll find the right one tomorrow. Hopefully not die trying. I better not say that shit. I'm glad these get uploaded once I get back home, because I have a feeling I would be getting a phone call. That shit is not funny. Sure is beautiful though. I understand fully what J-Chuck means. When I came here, it was all about Kenny. Now, it's just getting to see it. And I don't know if people will understand that. I think honestly, I can read a map. I mean, I think everybody knows I can read a map. But, this, see, I thought all of this was flat. From where I'm standing, if I was to shoot straight across, just on the plain, I would go over this black ridge, this tail end of it, and be someplace on that other ridge line, that farm over there. I would go straight over the top of that. There's not a doubt in my mind. But that just is what it is. I think tonight, if I can do it, I caught J-Chuck's video, and I don't know, I might have to do a live to explain it, or something else. But yeah, I haven't. The only thing I felt out here, in all honesty, is It's peaceful. Brutal. Definitely not the place you want to come without a drink of water or 4 or 5 gallons. And they recommend you do at least 1 gallon a day. I'm gonna think with this wind, you're gonna want to drink a little more than a gallon. This wind just zaps it out of you. But anyhow, I think I got my route figured out. I think I'm gonna just shoot it straight across, cut over the top, and head up there. But it just kind of is what it is. All right, I will catch you on the flip. There's a pickup. I don't think there is a straight line out here. You just kind of go where it takes you, and that's where you end up. But I seen a cactus. I don't know what the hell it is. I thought it was some kind of alien life form or some damn thing. It looked like coral that grows in the ocean. It was almost like this dead cholla. It had little offshoots all over the place. It was kind of pinkish purple. I should have got a picture of it, but I was trying to cover ground. I could have spent the whole damn day taking pictures of cactus and cool shit, but that just is what it is. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna kill this, and maybe have some dinner, and then should be in pretty good shape. Indian Springs is right back on the other side of that ridge line, and Creech was empty. I was gonna get pictures of the drones and all of that kind of shit. I think it's Creech. Nellis is in Salt Lake, or not Salt Lake, in Vegas, I think. But yeah, the runways were all empty. There wasn't anybody around. Maybe they're departed into Hot Zone 1 or something. I don't know. But Gypsy's fascinated by the shit out here. She's like, what the hell? Come on. You watch the cactuses, you little prick. Let's see. We need to go right over to the low side of that cut. Then we can come up. I picked this spot here because it was about as flat as it gets. But after taking that digger, I kind of thought, well, if I screwed something up, I don't want to really push it. So I thought, well, let's see what happens, and we can see what this kind of brings. But other than it being a little swollen, black and blue, it just really isn't too bad. Now, like I say, this is the most I've tested it today too, so we'll see if I feel it when I get back to the pickup. I guess it is what it is. But anyhow, that is just one of those things. Shit never happens when you're at the house. It seems like it always goes ballistic when you're not home. But oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, these little whoop-de-doos. The only thing I can figure is this is where Blackgate bleeds down. Joe May, all of those little feeders that are on this side, I'm thinking it is, there must be some hellacious water flows come through here if it really gets busy. But that just is what it is. I know one thing, it's definitely kind of a whole different ball of wax to try to walk on. I think walking in the river at home when I'm fishing is easier, to be honest with you. Okay, so we have our trail picked out for tomorrow, and we will hit it. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason why I shouldn't be able to get back and move over to cow camp. Finish this all out. From over there, I sat here and glassed those hills for, I don't know, a good half hour or so, hoping to see some sheep. But everything I thought looked like a sheep turned out to be a white rock. Huh. Alright, well, we made it back, so we are gonna let that take us. Oh hell. Yeah, that only took us 20 minutes. This first part, once I got through these whoop-de-doos, it wasn't bad, but man, you hit that rock, and then it's just kind of be careful where your foot go. All right, catch you tomorrow.